Welcome back to the Broc and Dawson podcast, everybody. It is me, Broc Gardner. I'm not joined by my cohort Talene today. He's actually gallivanting in a wooded glen as of right now, so it's just me today, guys and gals. It's just the Brockster. It's just me. I'm pulling the strings today. I'm running the game. I'm the Tupac of pod. I can't. I've done this intro 50 times and I just can't get it right. So we're going with this one. Do you remember coronavirus? Remember that whole thing with the pandemic and such things of that nature? Do you remember that? Does anybody? And I mean honestly, does anybody remember that COVID was even a thing? Because it seems like we just forgot. It's like It's been this way for the past couple of years. We have one bad thing, and it's the end of the world. And then as soon as that bad thing ends, another bad thing pops up, and we forget about the previous bad thing that was happening. And the cycle continues, man. The cycle continues. I feel like I have to talk about what's going on. I'm not a poetic person, and I'm not a scholar. And I'm not trying to sway your opinion on this podcast. I say stupid stuff, but it's a bad situation. Obviously, no matter what way you flip it. Obviously George Floyd being killed, and not only him, but every African American throughout history that's been treated poorly. It's something we need to focus on. And try and fix. I don't know how you fix it. I don't know what you do to make it better. I don't know that riots, that the looting, I don't know that helps. Again, I'm not a scientist. Maybe Albert Einstein would disagree. Maybe he thinks that looting the target would actually help African Americans in the world. But I don't know. I really don't. I don't know a whole lot about the situation. I'm oblivious. I know that George Floyd was killed by a cop, and there were 3 other cops, and I'm pretty sure that they're all in custody. They all got arrested. I'm pretty sure. I could have researched that, but it's a bad situation, and the riots, the protests are definitely good. Protesting it's your base right as an American. You know, it's the freedom of speech, the protesting. That's kind of what sets you apart as an American in a way, is your right to protest and have your voice heard. But I'm saying the violent riots, I don't necessarily know what that does, other than I guess it's just we really don't, there's no hope, really. I try to think that the riots are a bad thing, but what else do we do, honestly? I don't know that they're positive, but what else do you do? The government, the system that's been in place for so long, it's been in place for so long, and it just keeps. There's so much tyranny and just injustice on a daily basis in the world. A lot in our nation, don't get me wrong, but in the world too. I don't know where else this was supposed to go. I don't know how this ends without some sort of civil war, to be honest with you. And I'm not saying these riots in particular is going to end with the civil war. I'm saying throughout the next, let's say, 100 years. Because if you look at what's been going on, America was established in, 1776? So it's been, oh man, I'm going to look so dumb, like 250 years that this system has been in place, and it bogs down the middle class and the poor people, and it feeds the rich. And I don't know how it ends. I'll tell you that much. I don't know what fixes it. I don't know if it ever gets fixed. I don't know if any of this even has made any sense to you, but these are my thoughts on not just this this racism issue, but really just every issue that we face via this system, the man, I guess you could say. That's a cliche term, but every problem that we have via the man, the government, and when people say I don't even know what I mean by when I say the government. Just not even just the government, but the rich people, the powerful people, the rich people, where it's not even about money anymore. It's just purely about power, what they'll do. It's terrifying, to be honest with you. And a lot of people don't like the black pilling. They don't like me being, I wouldn't even say that I'm negative. I would say that I'm real about things. If you want to be positive, that's fantastic. But I say it how it is, and here's my stance on life. Do you want to hear my outlook on life? It's going to be controversial, but this is what my ideology is, I guess you could say. The world is a dark place. It's full of evil. I'm not saying it's all evil. There's a little bit of good. There's good in the world, obviously. But there's a lot of evil, and there's a lot of dark, and there's a lot of things that are out of our control that we just can't fix, you know? Like I don't know if there's ever going to be some YA novel-esque revolution that will overthrow the government and free the people for good. I don't know that that's really ever going to happen. Because as humans, we are innately corrupt. We want power. We're obsessed with hierarchies and dominance. We just want to be the best. Deep in our souls, we just want to be the top dog. And that's just biologically, that's just what humans are. That's what all animals are. That's what the animal kingdom is we're just trying to be top dog. So I think no matter what, you're always going to have corruption and people doing whatever they can to get to the next level. They'll step on whoever, whatever, to get to the highest possible place they can be, whether that's with money or position. I don't know. So what I'm saying is it's such a dark world, and there's things we can't control. So it's kind of like nihilism mixed with I don't know. It's like the earth we're gonna die. We're gonna die. There's not a lot that you can do in your life to change the world. You alone are not going to overthrow the entire government. There's nothing you can really do. So these people that get upset when Trump does something, or when Obama did something, or something that a president will do in the future, those people that get upset about that, and it ruins their day, their week, their month, whatever. Those people need to realize that is not in their control. There's nothing they can do about it, so just deal with it. I don't know. We feel like we have a say because we get to vote, but I don't know that means anything, especially anymore. I don't know if it ever meant anything. But the people that are gonna win are gonna win. The things they're gonna do, they're gonna do it. Life that's life. In the words of Frank Sinatra, that's life. You just gotta roll with the punches, I guess. You you have to you get born into the world, and immediately you are destined to die. We're all destined to kick the bucket someday. We're all going to die. So you need to either go into politics and become a congressman, or figure out what you are going to do between your birth and your death. Figure out, you want to get a family, you want to settle down, get a house, get a job, go boating, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You can't fix the world. Just live your life. And there's not, it sounds really dark and unmotivating, but it should be kind of freeing in a way. It is for me. It's like, I don't have the power to fix the country. I don't have the power to fix this system that's been in place for so long that is against certain people. And I'm not saying the whole racism, this has nothing to do with the racism thing anymore. This has nothing to do with George Floyd. This is all about tyranny against just the people as a whole. I can't do anything. You probably can't do anything. So just live your life. Figure out how to be happy, really, is what I'm getting at. Figure out what's going to make you happy and just do that. I say it on every single podcast, but it's like we get so wrapped up in this politics where really we don't have a say. We don't do anything to change it. It's up to the congressman. It's up to those people. And with politics, and if you're into sports, I guess sports is the same way. That definitely doesn't matter. You can watch, it's fun to watch sports, but I mean, don't get so caught up in these things that are genuinely just fictional, because the life is real. You're living your life, and that's real. What's around you, your community, your peers, your neighbors, those are real people. Bernie Sanders is not a real person. You're probably never going to meet Bernie Sanders. You know, he's never going to know your name, and he's never going to care about you. He's never going to care about you. Same with Donald Trump. If you're in love with Trump, Donald Trump will never know your name, most likely. And if he did, he would not care about you. None of these politicians care about you. Okay? So we need to stop acting like they do. Stop praising Trump. Stop praising Bernie. Stop praising Pete Buttigieg, who's made in a laboratory. Just stop. Just live your life, you know? Get married. Have a child. Go on a hike on a Sunday. Stop getting so wrapped up in politics, especially politics, because there is nothing we can do virtually to solve anything. You can post all you want. You can repost stuff all you want. The country is not run by your Twitter feed. It's run by money and greed and power. So I don't know what you do with that information. I don't know if you respect my opinion. I don't know. I don't know if you're going to even register any of what I just said. But some people need to hear that, because there's too many people out here, and they ruin friendships, they ruin relationships with people because of it's like there's so many things that divide us. Listen, if you want to fix this George Floyd problem and racism and all this division we have, get rid of the party system, get rid of religion, get rid of anything that divides. I'm not a communist. I don't know if that's communism. There's so many things that divide us and put us into different brackets and different categories. And so we either feel like we're superior to people or inferior to people. And capitalism kind of enables that a little bit. I think capitalism is probably the best system. I don't know if it's not the only system. it's the best of what we have right now. It could be better. But we need to get rid of these things that divide us, because if two people are Republican and Democrat, most likely they will probably not like each other. At least the people that I've met. These people that I've met, mostly Republican, if somebody's a Democrat, that's already a prejudice against them. Prejudice is probably the biggest. It definitely is the biggest killer in the entire world. Just these prejudices that we have against people for no reason other than they belong to a different religion or a different political party or a different race. There's just these, I don't even know. And I don't know if it will ever be fixed. But it's just, I wish I could get this to people. I wish I could get this to more people so they can listen to this and, I don't know, change their brain chemistry. I don't know, but it'll never happen. We're never going to get rid of all religion because people love religion. We're never going to get rid of that. We're never going to get rid of politics. These stupid sports teams that people fight over, that's the dumbest, that's the worst one. I don't know. If you're listening to this and you have prejudices against people, first of all, put yourself in their shoes. There's one movie that I've watched. I would say it's probably, I don't know, it's one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie ever. And it changed my entire outlook on just people. And it's mid-90s. I've probably talked about it before. I have no idea. We do so many podcasts. Mid-90s. Fantastic movie. If you guys have not seen it, I strongly advise you to watch it. But it really, because I come from this small town where everybody's kind of, I'm not like the same, but it's a good town. You know, we all kind of have the same values and the same ideas. And in this movie, mid-90s, there's this kid, and he's kind of coming up in the world. He's like teenager, like preteen, teenager age, and he's just trying to find his place, you know. He's just trying to find his place in the world I think he's in LA in the mid-90s, obviously. And he becomes friends with like this group of skaters, and they're not the best kid, like they're obviously not the best kids surface level. You know, they're smoking and they're breaking laws and breaking into places and stuff. And so the average person would be like, oh yeah, those are bad kids. Those are, the scum of the earth. Those kids are just going to end up in jail. Just like give up on them, you know? And then the mom in the movie kind of is that way towards them. But then at the end, it's a spoiler, but by the end, it shows that everybody just has a story. Like, you cannot judge people. You don't have the right to judge literally not a single person in the entire world that has ever lived. My voice just cracked. I don't care. You don't have the right to judge anybody that has ever lived for any reason, no matter what, dude. Because everybody has a story. You don't know anybody's story. You don't know anybody's brain. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what they're dealing with. You know nothing. You don't know what happened to them in their past. You don't know you just don't know. You know what happened to you. You know why you act the way you act, but you don't know why anybody else does. So the fact that you think you can judge somebody else and put them into a category or have a prejudice against them just because of something they do or something they say or just what group they belong to, it's one of the most ridiculous things. I would say that's the biggest thing that I am against is just prejudice, just judging people, because it's so cut and dry that you have no idea what somebody else is going through. So I'm not these Visco girls that are like, oh, don't judge. Like, I'm being 100% genuine. You don't know somebody else's story. You don't know what they are dealing with. So there's no room to make judgments about them. No room, bro. Whew. All right. And listen, bro. I'm all for this Black Lives Matter movement. I think it's important. I think all lives matter, obviously, but white people aren't getting killed by cops unjustly as much. Like this is literally a joke. So we can't just say that all lives matter because it's kind of like a popular thing that's going around is all lives don't matter until Black Lives Matter first. So it's like you gotta take care of this problem with the African Americans just being unjustly killed and judged with jobs, that all that kind of stuff, just racism in general. We need to focus on that. White people have it good, and I'm not saying, listen to this too, okay? With this whole white privilege kind of thing, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily white privilege. Cuz there's definitely there's black people that are privileged, there's black kids that are privileged. There's a lot more white kids that are privileged, but every race and everybody in that race has stuff they struggle with. If you were born, you're going to struggle with something, dude. I don't care if you're the richest person and have the hottest wife. There's something, you see it with these actors that kill themselves and they get hooked on drugs. They're missing something. They're struggling with something. They have all the money, all the fame, all the girls they ever want. They're struggling with something. Everybody is going to deal with stuff. And what you do with those lessons that you learn, how you handle those situations, that's what life is about, really. But you can't really pin a whole race. Obviously, the white privilege, it makes somewhat sense, but everybody struggles with stuff. I guess systematically, white people have more privilege. But just the idea that all white people have it good and all white people are privileged, it's not, and I don't know if that's what these people are saying, but it's just not true. So yeah, I'm all for the Black Lives Matter movement that's going on right now. The protests and everything. But listen, dude, I'm not reposting on Instagram. I'm sorry. I will donate, but reposting, I'm not. Everybody's posting. You're getting the numbers. The numbers are being heard, You're reaching audiences. These people are literally like shaming if you don't repost Black Lives Matter stuff. Somebody was getting mad at Elon Musk because he never liked or retweeted or posted anything about Black Lives Matter. And you can support a movement without posting stuff, man, Stop post shaming people. And I'm all for the movement. But I don't know. If you want to post stuff, that's dope. I think that's a very important thing. Getting the social media, getting the word out, getting the awareness raised. Because I've seen a lot of people. This has been the most wild one. This kind of push. Because I've seen more people have their minds changed in this window of time with the George Floyd thing. I've seen more people have their eyes open to different perspectives with African American people. So I think it's a good thing that people are posting stuff on social media, but don't get mad at me for not posting. That's all I'm saying. Man. Let's see what else we had on the docket, bro. I don't know if I want to talk about the Panama Papers. That doesn't really fit in the whole not the argument. I guess it does, dude. Listen to this, man. The Panama Papers, bro. We're talking about government tyranny right here, bro. So the Panama Papers, I have not done extensive research. I've read a few articles and I've done a little bit of research. I haven't read any books. If there is a book about this, I'm gonna figure it out. But the Panama Papers basically were like some leaked documents that were describing rich people, leaders of countries. There's definitely people in the U.S. It doesn't disclose who, but I guess Putin was in on it. Just leaders around the world like that, where they were having these offshore accounts and they had these shell corporations buying real estate in like New York to avoid like taxes and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure, listen, I got to figure out if this is a real thing. I'm pretty sure the person that leaked these got shot in the face. Should we figure this out? On October 16, 2017, Caruana Galizia died close to her home when a car bomb was detonated inside her vehicle, attracting widespread. Is that what that is? Malta car bomb kills Panama Papers journalist. Yeah, so this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about right here. It's like we deal with this stuff and we don't even really know. I didn't even know this happened until recently, and this was in what, 2016, 2017? Yeah, so this journalist that leaked the Panama Papers, the journalist who led the Panama Papers investigation into corruption in Malta was killed on Monday in a car bomb near her home. I don't know. Listen, you can be naive and say that was just a coincidence, but how many people have you met that have died by a car bomb? Not very many. I'll answer for you. Not very many people. And this is not the only thing that happened. You know, Epstein. Look at the Epstein situation. It's the same sort of thing. I mean, I'm starting to read more and more about this kind of stuff because I don't know, I just find it interesting. There's nothing like I said, there's nothing I can do about this. I can't take on the government because this lady tried. She leaked the Panama Papers and she got blown up. But it's just crazy that this is even a thing that goes on. 2 journalists were murdered. I heard that somebody got shot. I didn't know it was a car bomb. Teams of journalists came together. Yeah, so, and it's not just our country, it's other countries. So I'm just kind of repeating myself here. Just live your life. I just thought that was interesting. I don't know. And people don't really know about it. That you feel like that would be a big thing in the news, but it's not. It's just not. I don't get it. Now we'll get into some more lighthearted stuff. Sorry for that. That was kind of a depressing first half, but I just felt like I needed to talk about what was going on and give my opinion, and I don't know. I always feel super insecure that what I'm saying is, the camera's focusing on my water bottle. Are you joking? Focus on my face. Stupid camera. I always feel that what I'm saying is the wrong thing and that people are going to be outraged by what I say, but whatever. I try to be fair. I'm giving my most honest opinion. And I'm a pretty open-minded person, you know. So shut up, whatever. Listen, Facebook is a literal hellscape. I lose respect for adults more and more every single day, I lose respect for adults. Not certain ones, all of them. All adults, I lose respect. And Facebook is the number one cause of me losing respect for people. Because all people do is fight. And I genuinely don't understand. I've been hearing a lot. I don't have Facebook. First of all, because I'm 17 years old, not 60. But also because all people do on there is just argue. And I don't know. People's egos are just too big. Why would you? And it's the situations that I've been hearing about and I've seen recently. It's all the people in the community, which is another level. Because when you're fighting with people that you don't know on the internet, just random people, it's like whatever. You're never going to see them again. You don't know who they are. It's stupid. You should never fight on the internet. If you're literally commenting something on the internet and getting in fights, you are retarded. You deserve to be burned. Okay? Stop. First of all, don't comment on stuff. Because how old are you? Do you think your opinion matters? Really? No. You do? I always say stuff like that, and people are like, why do you think we like your opinion, Broc? You have a podcast. You think we like your opinion? I'm not trying to sway you to do anything. I'm trying to be funny on here, man. I'm trying to joke around. I'm trying to make you go, ha ha. I'm trying to make you laugh. I'm not trying to sway. If you don't care about my opinion, go away. I don't care. But if you like what I say and you think it's funny or you think it's interesting, stick around, share the podcast. Here's what I'm saying. Do you think your opinion matters? Stop commenting on stuff. Stop saying, wow, great view. Does that further your life in any way? Does it further the other person's life? No. Mm-mm. You can comment on our stuff because that projects my life further. My YouTube stuff. Comment on the podcast. That projects me. But when people post pictures of their food and you say, yum, looks good. What does that do? What does that do for you or the other person or anybody or Jesus? What does that do? I'm genuinely wondering, what are you trying to accomplish? And what are you trying to accomplish by posting pictures of your food? I haven't seen anybody do that recently, but what are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you going? What are you doing? But Facebook is the devil's social media. Zuckerberg, looking at you. These people are arguing. So what I was saying, when you argue with somebody you don't know, whatever. You're stupid, but whatever. You don't know the person you're ever going to see. So with this, where you're arguing with your literal neighbors on Facebook, you would never do that in real life. You would never say what some of these people say to each other on Facebook in real life because you're all a bunch of weaklings, for lack of a better, clean word. You all are, you're scared. You're scared. And when you're on Facebook, it's a cliche, but when you're behind the keyboard, you're a lot braver than you would be in real life. I know that for a fact. And it's adults doing this. This is why I'm terrified. It's adults doing this. I've had to keep this bottled up inside because I've been hearing people talk about Facebook all week. All week. So I got plenty to say, dude. Adults are on Facebook arguing with each other about the dumbest things. If it was in real life, you would not argue about something like that. I can promise you. I can promise you wouldn't say some of the stuff that you say when you're on the book. And Facebook's the worst one. I don't understand. People don't do that on Instagram. They do it on Facebook. I don't get the disconnect. So listen to me. If you're an adult watching the show, and I mean 25 up, if you're an adult watching the show, take off Facebook. Take it off your phone. Get rid of it, because nobody needs your feed. Nobody needs it. This is the most aggravating thing, dude. I've wanted to punch a wall 50 times. Nobody needs your opinion on the book. I don't know how social media even took off, to be honest with you. It's literally got to be like some social experiment. Look, all social media is garbage. There's literally no use for social media for me anymore. Other than promoting this podcast, which I do once a week, I very rarely go on Twitter, once a week if I'm lucky. Instagram, I go on, but there's nothing on there. There's nothing good. Snapchat, nobody's texting me. That's a testament to myself, okay? I'm saying social media is worth... You want to know my favorite social media? Do you really want to know my favorite social media? This is 100% true, too. This is not a bit. Visco is my favorite social media. Because listen to this, dude. There's no comments. Number one, no comments. Perfect. We don't need your fat mouth saying stupid stuff that you would not say in real life and sometimes don't even believe. I don't know what you're trying to do. I really don't. But on Visco, there's none of that. There's no comments. There's no room for you to comment dumb stuff and fight. There's no room for toxicity. Number two, you can't see followers. The numbers are gone. The numbers are gone. Which is one of the things that makes social media so addictive and also destructive is you're obsessed with the numbers. You're obsessed with how many followers does this girl have? How many followers does this guy have? How many likes did their post get? How many likes did mine get? How many followers am I at? Did I get more comments than that other person? We're obsessed with it. It's addicting. And I have been that. I have been that person. And I am that with YouTube and podcasts, but that's because it's my career. It's my career, so shut up. But with these social medias where we're addicted to the numbers. We just want to be number one. It's back to the dominance, dude. This is what oh my gosh, I just looped it. Just looped the whole podcast. We're back. Back to the dominance, the hierarchies. We all want to be number one on social media. We all want to have more followers because in our brains, for some reason, it's been wired that more followers equals better, more popular. I don't get it. And it's been that way. It hasn't just been social media, man. Look at history. Why do you think people like fame so much? Why do you think people want to be famous? They want to feel important and better than other people. And that's all of us. And if you say it's not, you're just lying. I don't know why you can't admit that. We all are on a quest to look better than John in accounting. We want to have a better car. We want to have a hotter wife. We want to have a bigger house. We want to have a better paycheck than John. That's just it's innate human behavior. And there's none of that on Visco, man. It's all a vibe. It's a vibe, dude. Visco is a vibe. I just repost stuff. I don't post a whole lot on there. If I take a cute picture, I post it on there. So here's the deal with Visco. Here's like it's mostly chicks on there, by the way. I'll admit that. It's mostly chicks. So you can post on there. You can post pictures on Visco, and you can have a caption. But the only two actions that your followers can have is favorite it and repost it. So I guess if you're following a bunch of people, you can see who reposts somebody's picture, but you don't get to look at how many reposts they have, or you don't get to see who favorited it or how many people favored it. You don't get to see other people's followers, how many people they're following. You don't even get to see your own, really. It shows you who But it's not like you have this many likes, you have this many comments, you have this many posts. So VSCO is my favorite social media. Because you scroll through there and it's just a whole vibe, dude. I get a summer vibe from these VSCO. Some of these VSCO posts, these things that people repost, it's just like, that's a cool picture. It's kind of like what social media should be. It's like, that's a cool picture. And then you can repost that and put it on your feed and make your feed look kind of baller. I don't know, man. I don't know what this Facebook thing. I don't know what the draw is. I've never been drawn to Facebook. I've never been drawn to fight with people on any social media because it really just bottom line makes you look like a prick, which you are. You really are. If you're fighting on social media, you are a prick. No matter what side, because this is the thing, dude. Here's the thing. If somebody says something to you on social media, you don't have to respond to it. That's the magic. Sure, if somebody comes up to you on the street and says, hey, this, it's kind of harder to be like. But on social media, this is the recourse. This is what you can do. Do you want to see it? This is what you can do. Bring. Oh, man, this guy just said something rude to me on Facebook. Oh, man. Turn it off. Don't respond. Da-na-na. Don't do that. You see what I'm saying, though? And with the adults, man, that's the worst part. If teenagers were doing it, that would make more sense. It's kind of, so on my YouTube, in my YouTube comments, I get a little bit of children in my comments in certain videos, like the guava juice video. The guava juice video, if you want to have a good time, go look at the comments in the guava juice video. There's funny stuff in there. And I want to do a video where I read those comments because it's absolute gold. But if you look in that comment section, it's all children. They make no sense, and they fight, and they say cuss words that they don't even know what they mean. And that's kind of Facebook, if you think about it. That's kind of what these adults are doing on Facebook. They're just fighting, and they don't know. They just don't know what they're talking about, first of all. We all think that we're smart. I've already said this, I think, on the podcast. We all think we're smarter than everybody else. Every single one of us we feel like we're superior in the mind. We feel like we're a little bit smarter than all these other fellas, but we're not. We're all dumb. Okay? And once you I think that accepting that you're dumb and realizing your own stupidity is the smartest thing you can do. And that's a real thing. You know? Accepting how dumb you are is the smartest thing. Because look at this, bro. Some people can just spout off about stuff they know nothing about, and they look dumb. By trying to look smarter, they actually look dumber. But by me saying, I don't have the answers, I don't know. I think this, but I really don't know. I'm not smart enough to know. That makes you look more self-aware and smarter than this guy that's spouting off a bunch of stuff that's just absolute bullcrap. And that they don't know what it means, and it doesn't even make any sense. Solo episodes, dude, I'm dragging right now. I need to lean in here, weigh in on these assumptions. He always has good insights. Why I love VSCO. We talked about all this. Oh yeah, I guess we could finish with this. We got like 15 minutes left. We could finish. Listen, I've always had this fantasy of being Italian. Okay? Not like very distant Italian, like 5th generation Italian, bro. I'm talking like my grandma came from Italy, bro. I'm talking my grandmama came from Sicily. Is that in Italy? I literally have no idea. I'm talking grandmama came from Italy. I do a terrible Italian accent. But this is what I want, man. I want a grandma from Italy, okay? I want a grandma from Italy that can cook. I want an Uncle Tony, an Uncle Johnny, an Uncle Roni, Uncle Joey, Uncle Rigatoni, Uncle Joey. Did I already say that? I want Italian uncles that are big, big dudes that wear rings and like necklaces. And they're like, hey, Tony. And they do this and they put their arm around each other. Hey, Tony. I want that. I want uncles named Tony, Rigatoni, Joey, Roni, whatever I said. Grandmama that cooks, cool uncles. I want a bunch of cousins, all with black hair. And they all have cool names. And all my uncles' wives are like super hot. And they all have kids with like black hair and they're running around and they're like wife beaters or something. And I want us all, this huge Italian family, I want us all to be crammed into this small apartment on a Sunday evening. And Grandmama's cooking some delicious food from the old country. And are my uncles in the mafia? I don't know. We kind of know they are, but it's like And my friends are always like, "Are your uncles in the mafia?" And I'm just like, I don't know. I want that. I want to be Italian. I want to be third generation Italian. That's really all I want. I want my grandmama to make some good Italian food. Some good rigatoni, some good manzare. I want Polly. Basically, I want to live in Goodfellas is what I'm saying. It was a worthless segment. But this is real, dude. I'm not just making this up for the podcast. I've said this to people. I said this to my own grandma. I said, I wish you were Italian. I wish you came from Italy. And then I kicked her in the teeth because she can't make pasta worth a darn. But genuinely, I don't know what it is about the Italian family. Just so tight, just so close. But no, I had to come from Europe. I guess Italy's in Europe. I had to come from England. That's where my ancestors are from. I thought my ancestors were from Scotland for a long time. And it was bad, because it was like, oh yeah, dude, overthrow the king for freedom, William Wallace. I was all for that. Bagpipes, kilts, everything. The whole 9 yards. I was going to grow a beard. I was going to play golf with a hat, I was going to. And then I realized later in my life that I am not Scottish. Not Scottish. I am Norwegian. That's kind of cool. My ancestors were from Fargo. They called the couch the Davenport. So that's the closest to Italian I'm ever going to get. I just want to be Italian or Irish or something. It's just it's boring being just English. It's like, it's gross. It's like listen to this. This is the analogy I just came up with in my head. Say you have a biscuit. Okay, you can eat the biscuit. That's the English. Just the biscuit. And it's a little bit dry. Or you can put some nice jelly on it. Get some nice jelly. Like I'm saying nice. And it's like a little bit moist. The biscuit is a little bit moist. And you got that jelly and you're just slathering that jelly on there, and you got that jelly dripping out of the biscuit. That's literally anything else. Okay? That's Italian. That's being Italian, is jelly dripping out of a biscuit. Or I want to be the other ethnicity I would want to have. It would be like Tongan. Like, I want to be an islander. It would either be islander or Italian. Those are the two ethnicities I want to be. So if somebody can make that happen, That would be nice. Maybe in my next life. Maybe I'll be reincarnated as a mob boss in the 1920s. That would be so cool. Not even joking. So cool. What else did I even have? I think I have one more thing. That's not gonna. We got 10 minutes to fill. Worst fast foods ever. Oh, we could fill this with time. I really. This was just something I kind of added because I was just thinking about it. Worst fast foods in America, because America's a fat pigsty. I'm thinking more like most unhealthy foods in America. Most unhealthy fast foods, because I was listening to somebody talk about the like the chicken sandwich with the donuts as the bread. Do you want to die? Are you trying to commit suicide slowly? Is that what you want? Because that's what that is. 101. Oh, these are all just like normal. I'm looking for like crazy like cinnamon apple bear meat. 15 most unhealthy fast food. Okay. This is the 15 most unhealthy fast food items ever. KFC BBQ Big Crunch. Footlong sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Chicken pot pie. This is not what I'm looking for, bro. Maybe we should just look at the Denny's menu. I think we already did that on the podcast. Most unhealthy. Oh, this is so anticlimactic. Most unhealthy foods ever made. I'm looking for something sexy. I'm not looking for like. Oh my gosh, this is so. I'm looking for like a literally like a cinnamon toasted human person. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for right here. Donut chicken sandwich. Yeah, man. It looks not even good. You know what it looks like? You know what this looks like? It looks like 2 donuts and a piece of chicken. This does not look like a sandwich, man. Look at that. Oh. That's the picture of the real thing, dude. Oh, Lord. Oh. That makes me gag a little bit, to be honest with you. Is that real? Extreme foods. Okay, this is what I want. Extreme foods. This is literally what I want. Extreme foods. Can we just look up extreme foods? Extreme. I'm so sorry, guys. Extreme fast food. I wish I had a Jamie that could do this because I literally cannot talk and type stuff at the same time. 15 weirdest and most extreme fast food items from across the world. Okay, let's check this out, actually. Oh, no. Let's do that bottom one. Come on. I'm trying to run a show here. Google. Work. Oh, I should have had this prepared. 20 most over-the-top fast food menu items of all time. This is what I was looking at. Okay. Okay, we got the Starbucks Unicorn Frappuccino that looks like a child's wet dream. That was not. We're cutting that out. We're cutting that out. That was not what I meant to say. Okay, cutting that out. Not what I meant to say. Oh, Lord, I hope that never gets out. Okay, moving on. Tim Hortons Buffalo Latte. What is this? Freshly brewed espresso, steamed milk, mocha, bold buffalo sauce? So it's exactly what it sounds like. It's buffalo sauce in a latte. That's terrible. Thought nobody... That is insane, dude. Topped with a dusting of zesty buffalo seasoning. Are you joking with me right now? Is that still a thing? Because I would like to try that. Where is Tim Hortons? I've only seen that in Canada. Oh, Canada. Okay, Pizza Hut Hong Kong Crayfish Seafood Deluxe. That looks like the worst thing ever conceived. That looks like a fake. That looks like one of those toy pieces of pizza where the stuff on it is kind of like really discreet. You don't really know what it is supposed to be. Okay, moving on. Oh my, Pizza Hut Indonesia BBQ Frankfurter Pizza. What even is that? Are those hot dogs? Released by Pizza Hut Indonesia at the end of 2016, the BBQ Frankfurter Pizza was an absolute beast. First of all, the crust was made up of 12 little cheese-filled cups. Oh no. The pizza itself was topped with mozzarella, cheddar, bacon, sausage chunks, and entire hot dogs. This was when... Okay, this is in Indonesia. My theory of America being the fattest country, not looking to be the case. Burger King Japan, Black Ninja. What in the world, dude? That looks so dope. The black bun looks so slick and modern. What is that thing, though? The Burger King Japan offering made international waves in October 2013. A burger patty, onions, lettuce, mayo, a hash brown patty. That's bacon? A giant piece of bacon. Meant to resemble a ninja tongue sticking out. What in the literal world, dude? That's so cool. KFC Double Down? I genuinely don't even know what that is. 2 slices of cheese and 2 slices of bacon, all sandwiched between 2 fried chicken patties. That is not what that looks like. That's not what that looks like at all. Pizza Hut UK cheeseburger pizza. There's no picture of it? You kidding me? That is a cool Pizza Hut. But there's no picture of the cheeseburger pizza. Double sensation. I want pictures. Wendy's Japan premium lobster and caviar sandwich. I'm not a seafood guy, really. I've never been a seafood, because seafood is kind of like, they're kind of like bugs. They're literally just sea bugs. It's never appealed to me, like crabs and lobsters. Do you know how many legs? Here's the thing, dude. I'm terrified of bugs. I'm terrified of insects, whatever the arachnids. I'm terrified of those. Anything that has more than 4 legs, I don't mess with, like genuinely. Like if I see something crawling on more than 4 legs, and sometimes with 4 legs, I'll be honest, mice and rats, no dice. Squirrels, all dice, all of them, all the dice. But things with more than 4 legs, not natural. They're like little aliens. I saw a grasshopper today and I squealed. I'm not even joking. They're like little alien creatures. They were not God's intentions. I'll tell you that much. Snakes, kind of cool. No legs is fine. Some 4 legs, not fine. A lot of 2 legs, a lot of people, not fine. But definitely more than 4 legs, no. Everything with more than 4 legs, no. 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 Anyways. Flying fish roll. Okay, we need pictures. Naked chicken chalupa. Ever since launched, waffle taco. There's the naked egg taco, the naked chicken chalupa, rolled out in 2016 and is still available. It's a patty of breaded white meat chicken that's folded into a taco shape and fried, then stuffed with lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, and avocado ranch sauce. But you're definitely going to want some bacon from this. Okay. My camera shut off. So, and the podcast is basically, we're basically up, bro. If you made it through this, God bless you. Genuinely. Solo episodes are, they're tough, man. They're tough. I can't sit here and talk to myself for that long. I'm going to have to learn, though, because Celine's not going to be on here forever, I don't think. I think he's got, like, goals and stuff. So I got to figure, because after Talene leaves, I'm not getting another co-host. It's going to be me. So I got to figure out how to be entertaining by myself. Yeah. So thanks for listening to the podcast if you made it through. If you didn't make it through, then you're obviously not listening to this, so that's stupid. If you like the podcast, if you want to support us, We don't have a Patreon. We don't have any sort of donations, nothing like that. But if you want to support us, really just leave a review, because that's going to be the biggest thing, is reviews. Because the first thing you do when you look at a podcast is I look at how many reviews it has and what the consensus is, because that's basically what the podcast is going to be like. So if you like it, if you want to support us, just drop a review. Doesn't have to be anything special. You don't have to write a book. That'd be nice. That'd be cool. But just be like, love the podcast. 5 stars, preferably. If it's 1 star, then 1 star it, dude. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do, but preferably 5. So give it a rate, and also share if you want to support. Share the broadcast, the podcast. Share it to your friends. We need to grow this army, because one day we're going to get a Patreon. When I feel like it's justified, we'll just do we'll always have this episode once a week, but then we'll probably do 1 Patreon episode a week. It'll be like $5 a month, and you'll get an extra episode every single week, which is fair. It helps both parties, man. If you like the podcast, that would be a great way to support it, but we can't get it until more people listen to it, and I feel like it's justified to do an extra episode a week. So share the podcast, please, for the love of God. I love you. Thank you for listening. Good night, everybody.